Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife and welcome to a place that you guys have never seen here on our vlog before. Sherry Beth, where are we?
Chena Hot Springs.
We're in Chena Hot Springs, about an hour and 15 minutes outside of Fairbanks. We drove up here this morning. We are going to tour the Aurora Ice Hotel a little bit later. It's right ahead of us. Excited to show it to you guys. And while we're here, we're gonna kind of walk around and look at the grounds of Chena Hot Springs, a place that Sherry's been. You've been once before?
I've been up here once before, yeah.
I've been a couple of times, but we've never vlogged it, so let's show you. Here is the Aurora Ice Hotel. We're going in there a little bit later. You can see they have an old airplane mounted up on there because why not? And Chena Hot Springs is basically the end of the road. Like, this road does not continue. And so it's basically a little community all to itself. There's campgrounds here, there's a main lodge, there's a restaurant, I think there's like a gift shop we're gonna go check out, there's obviously the hot springs, but it's basically a completely like self-sustaining little place. Excited to show it to you guys today. You can see down there at the end of the road is their runway for planes to fly in and land here, and over here is the main lodge where we're heading. Here we go into the main lobby of Chena Hot Springs Resort. Look how fun this is. Also, they have a Christmas tree up. Definitely one of the coolest hotel front desks. You can see it's like the old mine cars. Heading into the gift shop, see what kind of stuff we cannot live without. Oh boy, oh look at that, that's fun. We're at a hot springs. The gift shop here at Chena Hot Springs has a little bit of everything. Things you'd expect, like Aurora calendars, Chena Hot Springs mugs, Alaska water bottles, but then things you might not expect, like a redneck bottle opener that is just like a pair of like janky teeth that you'd open bottles on. Also, hi puppies. The grounds here at Chena Hot Springs, lots and lots of flowers, lots of old antiques. You can see a 1917 Dodge that is, well, now basically just a nice flower pot. And this is their activity board. You can see the kind of things that they have available today. Hiking, ice museum tours, which we're doing, dog kennel tours, mountain biking, fishing, horseback riding, lots of different stuff around the grounds here today. A lot of people come up here to Chena Hot Springs really just like get away and relax because it is so secluded, and there are a number of things to do here on site. It's a great place. They have cabins, they have like a hotel area, they have lots of different places to stay, different things to do. Obviously the main draw, the hot springs, which we'll show you in just a little bit. And all around the grounds they have lots of different just unique and quirky things, like a giant pile of antlers. So a couple unique things about Chena Hot Springs. Not only do they grow almost all of their own food, they have big greenhouses here, but they also produce their own power. They have like an entire renewable energy system here at Chena Hot Springs. So it really is like an entire self-sustaining operation. And this, the main reason people come to Chena Hot Springs Resort, the natural hot springs, and I gotta say, it smells like rotten eggs because of all of the sulfur from the hot springs. This is open year-round, so you can be out here sitting in these when it's 40 degrees below zero outside and the northern lights are dancing in the sky above you. And just for a little bit of perspective, they've been having some really bad wildfires out here lately. You can see here's the pool, and you can see right above it all those trees that are burned. You can see the different colored trees. The wildfire has been right here. Auburn just said how terrifying that would have been. I mean, it's crazy. I knew it got close to the resort. I did not know it got that close. Here's one of the greenhouses they have here on site where they can grow lots of fresh produce. And then right next to it, a dragon. Did not expect to see a giant dragon here. How fun is that? There's just so many different like metalwork things around. There's like this chair down here. There's whatever that big tall thing is over there. I think the dragon's my favorite though. And of course they have a nice little playground over here. There's like a bunch of picnic areas over there. I gotta say, this place is a lot nicer than I remember it being. Oh, this is like a fire pit. I can see the grate right there. We just checked in here in the activity center for the Ice Museum tour. Now we're kind of checking out this other gift shop they have right next to it. There's a couple stickers I like. I like that Alaska one. They actually have a smaller version that I like better. Here in the activity center, they also have a gear room where you can see they have different things you can rent. They have bike helmets because they have bikes to rent. They have cross-country skis if you're here in the winter. They have some life vests over there. Looks like maybe even a stand-up paddleboard. And then just outside of that room, You can see they have a taxidermy bear, and they also have this sheet that I grabbed. This the early history and the geology of Chena Hot Springs. Very interesting to kind of learn a little bit about this. You can see located 60 miles northeast of Fairbanks, Chena Hot Springs became famous for curing crippled prospectors of their aches and pains as long ago as 1905. There's a pin board here where people have marked where they're visiting from, and you can see Chena Hot Springs, a popular place from people all over the world. Walked back to the car, got my coat, got Sherry's coat, hats, gloves, because the next thing we are doing is the Aurora Ice Museum tour. And because the entire building made of ice, I gotta think it's gonna be a little bit chilly, so I want to be prepared. Here we go, the Ice Museum tour has started. There's a whole group of us. I heard the 1 o'clock was actually, or is actually sold out, so let's see how many people they can cram in an ice cube. We've arrived at the Ice Museum, the Ice Hotel. You can see our tour guide is up front. So when you first get into the Ice Museum, there's a room that has just a bunch of like coats and parkas, warm winter coats that you can grab, put on, and use if you didn't bring your own. We, however, brought our own winter coats.
It's not cold here.
Oh my gosh. So we just came in, getting the first look at the Ice Hotel, or the Ice Museum. Here's the Ice Bar, and everything you see in here is all made of ice. And the 2 rules she gave us: don't touch the ice. More importantly, don't lick the ice.
But they entered this into a contest, and it was actually 3 times bigger than this model, and they won first place. They've been winning first place for the last 14 years.
So we just finished kind of the tour, kind of where she showed us different things around, and this is spectacular. So this actually a chapel area. You can get married, and inside some of these are actual flowers from previous weddings. Back here, I think this is so cool. Actual hotel rooms that you can rent and stay in. Oh my gosh. There's like an ice Christmas tree in here. Sherry Beth,
Yeah.
can we stay in here?
No, I'm freezing.
But please.
I'm dying.
Like,
This is
look at the bed.
so cool.
Here's another one of the ice hotel rooms. They're all a little bit different. Look at this one though. You sleep basically in like the ice cave. What? Sherry,
Yeah.
we need to stay here. We need to. We're gonna go in and check out another one of the hotel rooms. Look at the northern lights in this one. Holy cow. And then in here there's like the little ice toilet. Now we're going in the final of the 4 hotel rooms. This room's really cool. You can actually see the bed is a polar bear. I love how each of the 4 different hotel rooms you can rent are different. One of the things that she said is that if you do rent one of these rooms, obviously they give you lots of blankets, lots of things to make it through the night. But if you can't make it through the night because of how cold it is in here, by the way, it is cold, they also give you a hotel room inside to sleep in. So if you want the novelty of spending part of the night or the whole night in here, that's an option. This is the Aurora Ice Bar. All of the glasses even made of ice. She said they can make 30 glasses in an hour, and we are all gonna get an appletini. Also, look at the enchanted rose. Our drinks are on the way. We're actually sitting up here in this like elevated kind of mezzanine area that sort of overlooks everything. Look at how pretty it is, but also look what we have. We are right next to the fireplace. So it's super warm here. And the seats are actually covered with fur. That's so nice. She just brought us our martini glasses, and they really are. They're made of ice. That's crazy. She asked us if we wanted to drink strong, light, or medium, and we all said strong. Aubrey's the first one to have a sip out of an ice martini glass. Cheers. It's strong. All right, Sherry Beth, your first ever appletini in a completely ice Elsa environment. Thoughts?
I mean, it's really cool in here. I mean, it's cold. It's cold in here, but it's also really cool.
It is cool in multiple ways.
In multiple ways. It's really impressive. Like, I haven't really seen ice sculptures like the jousting knights.
Yeah.
That size before. Like, I've seen ice sculptures on like tables and whatever, but this is like an entire building, and it's really cool.
It is pretty unbelievable, especially when you stop back and look at all of the detail. Like
Every little thing on the light is ice.
yeah, all of the chandeliers, every little thing that looks like crystal hanging down, nope, ice. All of the detail in here. These aren't just like balls. There's a rose in there, and there's that design in there, and there's that design in that one.
Like, they're all different.
Everything is intentional and thought of. It's crazy. So I'm gonna kind of give you a aerial tour. You can see there's like the kind of the Mardi Gras mask right down here. There's a naked lady. They said that is the newest sculpture they had. There's the jousting right over there. Down there they have there's like a bobcat down there, a cool cat. Over there in the corner is where that wedding venue was. The hotel rooms I showed you are actually all the way down at that end. And then there's an igloo down over there. Our drinks are all finished. She told us that our glasses are dishwasher safe, which is hilarious because they're ice and they would just melt. Very funny. You can see the cool cat that we were talking about earlier is actually on like a checkerboard. This used to be interactive. They had like giant chess pieces that you could play with in here. However, the problem is that once people touch chess pieces, it starts to melt the ice, which doesn't exactly work well. So now, just a display. How pretty would it be to get married right here? This is the pulpit, the podium that you would perform the ceremony at. And you can see there's like this spot to put your hand in. That's cool. And cold.
This is inside the igloo. There's a xylophone. How cool is that? It doesn't really have like great sound, but it has a little bit. It says gentle. Be gentle, because it is ice. It's also just really cool in here. There was a guy outside that was like, "This is not for tall people," because the door is very short. But I am also very short. Adam taking a selfie, obviously.
Our time is finished. We are leaving, walking out through the studio where they make everything. So cool that everything is like made right here on site. Like, look at just basically, it's like Santa's workshop if Santa had an ice addiction. Okay, so we were told that what you do is you bring your glass, because it's a piece of ice, take it with you, you take it outside, you make a wish, you throw it on the ground and break it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Sherry Beth, you have your wish?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see it. Show me your muscles. Whoa, what's up, muscles?
What's up, Elsa?
My time. I totally have a wish.
You do?
Yep.
Do it. Woo!
And then you gotta stomp on it. So just so you know, the cost of this tour was $30, and that included the appletini inside. It's $15 if you want to do a tour of the Ice Hotel, the Ice Museum, without the appletini. I thought it was worth it because it's so fun, it's so unique. This is one of those places, like, where else do you get to do this, right? Like, where else do you get to see this in the middle of summer in Alaska? I thought it was a ton of fun. I'm so glad that we got to do this with Auburn. So glad got to finally bring Sherry here. It really is beautiful. The art inside is unbelievable. The fact that they do that out of ice is absolutely insane. So glad we made this happen. And this is my favorite because Auburn's getting photos over there and Sherry's getting photos over there. And this is actually pretty interesting because the Ice Hotel, like what we're looking at here, is not ice on the outside. This is actually like an insulated blanket that they put over to protect the ice and to protect everything inside from the heat. So basically what it does is it keeps the cold in. Pretty cool. But I do like that it looks like ice. Hi, Sherry.
Hi.
You're cute. You're welcome. We're about to leave Chena Hot Springs. I'm snacking on a blueberry scone that our friends Sherry and Mary gave us yesterday, which is delicious, by the way. Now we are heading to the town of North Pole, Alaska. But we're not going there for the Santa Claus house because we did that last year. We've done it before, not gonna do it this year. What we're going there for, sorry, my middle finger, I wasn't flipping people off, it's just what's free. We are going there for Chinese food. And you may say, that's weird. There's a Chinese restaurant called Pagoda in North Pole that is famous statewide. Not just statewide, nationwide. It's actually been on diners, drive-ins, and dives. Apparently the owner of Pagoda is friends with Guy Fieri. It is delicious. And we figured, well, we have some time before our flight. Auburn's never been there. We're hungry. Let's go to Pagoda. So I'm gonna have another bite of my blueberry scone. We're gonna go eat Chinese food in North Pole, Alaska. Here we are, lunch at the famous Pagoda Chinese restaurants in North Pole. Let's go inside if we can see some Guy Fieri stuff anywhere. As soon as you walk in, you can see there's the diners, drive-ins, and dives. The real deal. One of the things I love about Pagoda is that it looks like the most iconic Chinese restaurant ever. Just the detail, the decoration, everything. The fact that when you sit down, they bring you hot jasmine tea. Dinner's here, lunch is here. I don't know what meal it is, but whatever it is, it's here. I got the Mongolian beef and the pork fried rice combo. Comes with an egg roll. And Sherry got, what'd you get?
Garlic chicken.
Garlic chicken. Auburn got the sesame chicken, and when she brought the sesame chicken by, I just got that sesame chicken smell, and it smells amazing. Okay, so dinner is done at Pagoda, or lunch, whatever it was.
It's a weird time. It's like 3:45.
So this place is really well known, especially in Alaska. Like, Pagoda is known as the best Chinese restaurant in the States, if not beyond.
Yeah.
Sherry Beth, what'd you think?
It is really good.
It lives up to the hype. It's so delicious. This is your second time here?
My second time here, yeah.
This is my fourth or fifth time here, and I can genuinely say that every experience I've had here has been amazing. We left Pagoda. We actually have about an hour before we need to start our journey back to the airport. So it's like, well, what do you do for an hour? Well, let me tell you what we do for an hour. We find another brewery and go check it out. Latitude 65 Brewing. I'm very excited about this. Okay, this is super nice. You can see we got the bar over there we order at. They have all of the giant tanks over here. There's more seating area down there. Fairbanks is like bringing the brewery game strong. Also, look at all these fun things. I love merch. Beers are ordered, and these may be the coolest flight paddles ever. Look at that. The rain is falling. We are getting our bags. We are back here at Fairbanks International Airport. We have a couple hours before our flight. We're honestly probably here too early, but we're gonna sit up by our gate, probably read, walk around, look, do stuff, kill time before our flight. But our flight's actually pretty exciting because all three of us are in first class. When I was booking these tickets, we were using miles, and it was the exact same amount of miles to book first class tickets as it was coach tickets. Why? Just why? So obviously, we're all in first class. Fairbanks actually has a pretty nice airport, and it's not a very big airport, which is also nice because there's normally not a lot of waiting. Bags are checked. Heading upstairs to security. There was nobody else in line at the ticket counter, and so my guess is that this security line we're about to see, well, is not a line at all. Made it through security. We are heading down there to gate 2, where our flight's gonna leave. There's like a gift shop up here on the left. I'll look around. But they do have this local FAI place. Looks like a restaurant, bar. You can see they have more gates down that way. Just waiting on Auburn to come through security, and then Sherry. Once again, Sherry, even though we have pre-check, she did not get pre-check. We've been having a lot of issues with hers, and honestly, we're not sure why. I feel like we've been having a problem with her pre-check on so many flights lately, so I don't really know what to do about that. So we are at our gate, and it looks like our plane just landed. Is pulling up here to gate 2, get all the people off so that we can get on and go home. Well, I didn't vlog anything on that flight. I had the aisle seat. I didn't want to reach over the lady who was next to me to get shots out of the window, but as you can see, we are back home in Anchorage. Now, let's get our bag, let's get home. Both of our suitcases in like I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. That was awesome. And back down the Northern Lights hallway to the Jeep. All right, friends, we are home and I am hungry. So I actually stopped by Great Alaska Pizza Company on the way home. There's one like close to the house and they normally have pizza pretty quickly available. And they did, which was awesome. So I picked up some food on the way home. I'm gonna go eat that. I've got a video to edit, but I wanted to wrap up the Fairbanks trip. So glad we were able to make this trip happen. It was so fun to see Jessica and Lance, so fun to see the kids. I didn't obviously show a lot of that on the vlog, but we had a great time with them. That to me was the highlight of the entire trip, was getting to see them and hang out with them. Also loved finally getting to go to the Ice Museum, get to have that appletini drink in there, be surrounded in that really cool, literally, environment. Loved going to the Museum of the North, loved checking out the breweries, the distillery. It was a really good trip. It was obviously a really quick trip. We fit quite a bit into just a couple of days in Fairbanks. So I think most of us, I think probably all 3 of us are actually going into the week feeling kind of tired, which isn't always ideal, but we got to have a really fun adventure in Fairbanks. So glad we went. Love getting to travel all around Alaska. One of the things I was thinking about as we were driving out to Chena today, so interior Alaska, where we were by Fairbanks, doesn't really feel like a lot of the rest of the state. Interior Alaska feels more like Michigan, a lot of rolling hills and forests, but not really big mountains like you see in other parts of the state. And so as we were driving out there today, kind of through those rolling hills, I just started to think about, in the last month and a half, the different parts of Alaska we've gotten to experience. From Southeast Alaska down by Skagway and Juneau, just the rainforest and the amazing gigantic trees covered in moss, and just the unbelievable sort of seaside feel of Southeast Alaska, down to Seward, and then here in South Central with the mountains all around us and the hikes we've been able to go on. And then last weekend up to Utqiagvik, where no trees anywhere except for baleen palm trees and the Arctic Ocean, and then to interior Alaska. And so one of our hopes this summer was to get to travel around our state even more and experience it and see it and bring you guys along with us. And I'm so happy we're getting to do that. So friends, we love you guys. Thanks for following us on another Alaskan adventure, but I got pizza to eat because I'm hungry. So we love you and we'll see you on the next LeggLife video.